Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Deep Thoughts with me, JoJo, that guy who doth protest too much. And quickly off the top, before we get into things, I do want to apologize. I meant to get this video out on Friday. I believe by the time this is going up, it should be Saturday morning. I could be wrong. But yeah, apologies in advance. Meant to get this video out to you guys sooner. Just kind of had kind of a long day. By the time I got to it, it was like 5 o'clock, and it was just too late to post. So hopefully you guys don't mind too much, because today we're going to talk about something pretty crazy. That being JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Golden Wind, Episode 30, Green Day and Oasis, Part 1. So to really get into this, we're going to have to talk first about Secco and Chocolata, and how... what's the nice way of saying unbelievably creepy? There is no nice way. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. How unbelievably creepy the pair are. That whole like good scene was like, ugh. Just at first I was like, okay, so this is sort of like a masochistic sort of relationship, like a freaky BDSM thing, but it's also like a dog and owner thing. Secco is a dog, or is treated like a dog. I'm uncomfortable in this shot. This little quick little image here to describe the two, to really give them like a big moment, and it looks Chocolata and Secco are unsettling to say the least. The whole treat scene, I mean, at the very least, like every shot with them in it and every time they're on screen is used to make them seem more creepy and also more, I don't want to say like unstoppable, because I can definitely see ways to stop the pair, but it's just sort of like they're meant to show how menacing these two can be. Like when Secco is given a treat, which is like, what is even the hell, but when he's given a treat, it shows his accuracy, because you're given like he's given 3 treats, which is so creepy, but he's given 3 and he catches 2, but one goes sort of like wayward. And Chocolata's like, oh, whoops, like one goes too far. And Secco hits it in such a way that it bounces up in the air and he catches both, so he gets all 3. That later comes up during the fight with Mista, and later on again when Mista fires at the helicopter. So it's clever in as much like that. Not even clever in as much. It's just straight up clever on Araki's part, because it's or David Pro's part. I don't know. I haven't read the manga, so maybe that wasn't in there, but. Regardless, it's really interesting how they used like what could have been a throwaway scene to show how accurate Secco is with his mouth, which like I don't even want to get into how one becomes accurate with one's mouth. But yeah, the pair are just very, very unsettling, knowing how like into it Chocolata is, the fact that he's like perfectly fine with poisoning all of Rome, and as long as he gets to see everybody die, it's like, geez, that's really this is the most unsettling episode of all of JoJo's, and it's only part 1. It's only part 1 of what I'm assuming is a 2-part fight. It's the closest the show has ever come to feeling like a horror movie. It's very, very, very creepy and dark. Like the scene of everyone in Rome like starting to melt, like as like the one, especially the one dude who's like, I'll save you, like to his girlfriend, and he tries to run downhill to get help, and he just melts into like goop. It's genuinely unsettling. Super, probably the creepiest thing I'll see all year. Actually, that's not true. It Part 2 comes out this year, so maybe that will be, but this is a close second. This is pretty unsettling. But it's not just Chocolata and Green Day, it's also Secco and Oasis, who is basically like, he's like another horror movie. If Chocolata is like a Biohazard type horror movie, like a zombie movie, even though they're not really zombies, but like, you know what I mean? Like a disaster type horror movie where people just like melt, like The Happening or something. Secco is more like Jaws. In fact, I literally had that thought, like when Secco is like under the ground, he's like a street shark, because like all I could think was, we're gonna need a bigger car. Like right away, just very, very cool. It's a very cool pair and their stand abilities shouldn't work together, but when you think about it, it absolutely works together. It's actually brilliant. Again, if I may once again just say it's brilliant, but yeah, if you guys aren't sick of me saying it, JoJo's continues to be brilliant. Also, the recording shtick, it's so creepy. It's so creepy. The whole episode is so unsettling. It's all just creepy and unsettling, and it's just like the whole scene of Rome falling apart. Their boy sitting in the Colosseum is probably not gonna be super great by the time they get. I bet you by the time they get there, he's like dead or something, and they're gonna have to try to find the stand arrow, because like it's. That's the best way I can describe the pair. Just it's just ugh. I also think the stand names this go around are almost like too on the nose. Like Green Day and Oasis, because Mold looks green sometimes, and he must be having a field day with this one, so Green Day. And then Oasis, like water, like what he's, as though he were swimming through the concrete, as though it were an oasis. Haha. And I mean, that's fair. Like sometimes I like that the stand names are like really on the nose. Not everything can have like all this like in-depth, like not everything can be as I don't want to say clever, but like as in-depth as something like Notorious B.I.G., who gets a shout out in this one. And let's talk about that. Let's get into that aspect of the episode, because I almost wish, even though like I'm not feeling super energetic today, like so I wouldn't have given you guys a really solid reaction to this episode. But I almost wish I did regardless, because that moment of like, because like the whole time when they start talking about Notorious B.I.G., I'm thinking like, did Bucciarati like have a piece of, did some part of him and print onto, like did some part of Notorious B.I.G. and print onto him, or I don't know, I was like, maybe he kept a piece of B.I.G., is that even possible? Why are we talking about Notorious B.I.G.? What is even the hell? And I was very confused until like halfway through the conversation, before they straight up say what Seko was talking about, why he brought up B.I.G. It was like halfway through, and I go, why is this? Oh my gosh. So Bucciarati is dead, essentially. He's a walking corpse, basically. I should have seen that coming. I'm still shooketh. I kind of can't wrap my head around how, like, it has, so, like, because Bucciarati says, like, by the time you saved me, I was already dead. Like, my life had already ended. But it's like, okay, but then is this actually, like, is this, because it's like, okay, so Bucciarati, did his, like, soul hop back into the body that Giorno mended, and he's just, like, powering through with nothing but sheer willpower? I mean, in fairness, with Notorious B.I.G., we see that it's possible for stand users to like power through beyond death, but that was the stand itself. Can Bucciarati come back? Bucciarati being a walking corpse is too interesting for me to really question. I just think it's a really neat concept, and it sort of breaks my heart because Bucciarati is like my favorite character. Like I don't want to say he's my number one of Passione, but probably. I refuse to believe that there's no way to save him, though. Like the way he was talking, where it's like, no, Giorno, it's already like I'm running on borrowed time. I'm done. But I was like, no, oh no. They'll save him. I don't care. I refuse. He's gonna be fine. He's fine. He's gonna be fine, even though he's missing part of his hand. He's gonna be fine. I saw his bone, the skeleton within said hand, but he's fine. He's gonna be fine. Everybody, don't even worry about it. He's fine. Two little things I want to mention before we end the episode. The first being is that Mista and Giorno shippers out there must have been pretty happy with this episode. Not only seeing the pair use their stands simultaneously, but that whole scene with the two of them, like, no, Mista, we'll do it together, and they push faces up against it. I could sense, like, I don't ship it, but I could sense the shippers within, like, losing their mind. I could possibly ship it, but I don't ship it. I'm more of a Giorno Bucciarati guy myself. Although I'm sure Trish is jealous by the sheer idea of that, because it's clear she's kind of got she's caught some feelings for Bucciarati. It's fair. Dude's a charismatic guy. But I do think she's being a bit naive when she's like, Bucciarati was so cruel and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, Bucciarati made the right call. I think she's still too fresh to the stand battle idea, where it's like, no, it's life or death. Like, Bucciarati made the right call. And even Narancia says, like, no, I was gonna die. Bucciarati made the right call. Like, I thought I was dying. I was gonna throw the turtle if I could. and which sounds like a euphemism, but it's actually what happened. But I like that Narancia also just reads Trish like a book in that scene. Like, you like him, I get it, but I'm really sick. I can't deal with this right now. Let me rest. Narancia might be my favorite of Passione. I don't know. I like them all. I can't. I need to end this video. All right, everybody, so that's going to do it for today's video on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy today's video, maybe, hit that like button, share the video around on the internet. That'd be super rad of you. And hey, if you want to stick around, check out more videos on the channel, by all means, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, if you want to join the good ones. And before we go, as always, I have to give a big shout out to the good folks over on Patreon, especially those in the Earl Grey tier, namely Omner Garamond, Veridin, Tristan, No For Nothing, Urza, Evil, Caden Fate, Gabriel, Dominic, Sipco Games, Opinionated Slime, and Maria Teresa. Thank you all so much for watching, and until our next meeting, stay rad and don't scary.